Welcome back to the Dopest Show you won't get sick of. I'm Spencer, and this is Sasha. I spent most of my 20s in federal prison, but I've been off heroin since April 9, 2010. Got a lot of stories about the dumb stuff I did to get put in prison. I've also got a lot of stories about the crazy stuff that actually happened when I was in prison, and God forbid you end up in prison. You want to make some of the same mistakes I made. So I'm going to get this out real quick. Pinto's on the way down. I'll be here in a couple hours, but this is a story, I told this a long time back, but deleted it. Powers that be didn't really like some of the language I used in it, so try to clean it up. But I'm giving a little bit more context to, the situation. So I went to jail for a year, roughly, about a year and a month, after calling 911 because somebody was overdosed and they wanted to drag him out in the street. I wouldn't do that. Did CPR on him, kept him alive, got taken to jail, and I faked a seizure. I made myself throw up stomach acid, and I laid beside it, and I just went, ugh. I was talking to him. I don't know what I was faking, but it worked. About 5, 6 of them rushed in there. I kept acting like I was going to gag. Like, grabbed me by my head, like by my hair, and yanked my head over the toilet every time I gagged, just in case I was going to throw up. And they finally hit a vein. This nurse, I remember she was a fat girl with a cast on her leg, couldn't hit a vein for anything. And at one point I said, give me the needle, I can hit it. And they're like, oh, we bet you could. And I realized, oh, shoot, I better. And I did that again because I realized, well, they might realize what I'm doing here. I pretended I was addicted to Xanax and alcohol because opiate withdrawal, they'll just let you sit and suffer. But benzos and alcohol, they have to give something for because you can die from the withdrawals from that. So I stayed. They put me in the bubble room. The bubble room's a room for people that are a danger to themselves, and they typically put you in a paper suit. I wasn't a danger to myself, so they didn't put me in a paper suit. I had the jumpsuit. And I woke up, I remember waking up 10 minutes at a time, like trying to drink a little bit of water. But I slept most of my dope sickness off. Over that week that I was in the bubble room, after about 5 or 6 days, when they took the IV out, I came to. It was Halidol, stuff they give crazy people. And I came to, and I'm like, man, where's the toilet in here? There's nothing in this room. I mean, I got my mat, blanket. Ain't no toilet, ain't no sink. So I knock on the door and say, hey, oh, where's the bathroom? He points to the middle of the set, and I walked over him. There's a hole in the ground. I said, yeah, I'm supposed to go in that? He's like, yep. I did number one. I wasn't going to poop in a hole. I couldn't do it. So it was late one night. It's probably like 2 a.m. I'm sitting in this bubble room. We've got to do number two. And I knock, hi. The guard comes over, woke him up. He was about ready to fall asleep, looked like. Said, man, look, I'm in the jumpsuit. I'm not in the paper suit. They thought I was going to die when I got here because I was real bad off on drugs. Please don't make me poop in that hole. He took me to the cell. He said, okay. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, just don't do anything stupid. And he unlocked the cell, let me go in there. Wasn't weird or nothing. Like some of the guards, like, watch you, weirdos, meat gazers, everything else. But anyway, they put me in solitary for like another week because they're giving me like Ativan or something like that. So the majority, it's pretty much done, but like there's this lingering effect, and I'm just weak. My body's I'm like 135, 140 pounds. Walk in the unit, and the only person I know is Spider, who was a college basketball player, but if you saw him, you'd just swear he's just another dope fiend. He talks like this. His teeth are the color of peanut butter. And he'd eat anything off that tray. He'd eat butter. Just eat butter. The spoon, they give you butter on the tray. He'd get butter off people's tray, just eat the raw butter. Got fatter than bullfrog in there. Got him umbilical hernias. And he turned into an Audi. But he'd get on that basketball court, think the looks were deceiving. Oh, he'd cross them people up in there. He'd kill them in basketball. So, I know him. That's the only person I know. There's this one guy, I knew his brother, his twin brother, his two kids who are Italian. They're street as could be. And apparently I had a problem with one of his friends, so he said something, and I've got the feeling like I might get jumped or something. So I had to think quick. And it's kind of ironic because I'm a judo brown belt and jiu-jitsu blue belt now. But I thought, I got to tell him something, make him a little bit nervous of me something. So I told him I was a jiu-jitsu brown belt. I'm not a jiu-jitsu brown belt now. I'm a blue belt. I'm far from it. But it sounded better than lying and saying I was like a karate black belt or something, because that sounds like something anybody would say. So I figured I'll say I'm a jiu-jitsu brown belt. And it got this, like, I said something like, don't take me lightly, I'm a jiu-jitsu brown belt. Lying, I was lying. But I feel like it kept stuff from happening. Now, because he backed down and he didn't end up trying to start stuff with me, he ended up beating up this other guy they called the astronaut, who, funny enough, claimed he was a karate black belt. I guess we were both lying there. But it's kind of funny, ended up actually training in it later, but lying like crazy about it then. Had to say something. I feel like I was going to get jumped, maybe make him think, well, he might know something, might not want to try it. And it kind of worked. But anyway, that's most of the young people, hang out with him. And I ended up becoming real good friends with him. It was just something we had with somebody else that I had a problem with, one of his friends. But we ended up becoming friends later on. But when I first got in there, didn't really have any friends. My cellie, this redneck named Peanut, would sleep all day and stay up all night. Oh, so not getting any sleep, going crazy. Everything else, I'm basically getting laughed at because I'm a skinny junkie, and I'm like 19 years old, and I don't know how to behave, like the rules of jail. So yeah, I'm making mistakes. People are saying stuff to me, and I'm like, oh my God, it's awful. Because I've been in county jail before, but this regional jail, this pod, they called it the ghetto. It was rough. It was rough. And basically, I got laughed at. Now, eventually, I started lifting, got some respect from the older guys once they saw put on some muscle. And I didn't hang out with the crash test dummy young people. I didn't make a whole lot of noise just for no reason. Like, I was more mature than a lot of them. So I ended up becoming friends with some good people in there instead of, the wrong people. But anyhow, there was this one guy. He looked like David Hasselhoff. He's missing a tooth, front tooth, had a big old mullet. Always had his shirt off. He's about 190 pounds, 5'10", 5'11". He's taller than me. And he ain't like jacked or nothing, but I am in a compromised state. I'm 135 pounds. And this guy starts making remarks at me. Like when I walk by, he'd look behind me and go, And then he'd say something. He just kept saying crazy stuff. And I'm thinking, is he doing that? What's he say? He didn't just do that. Oh, Lord. No, that's only in the movie. That maybe in prison. That doesn't happen in jail, does it? Does it? Does that happen in jail? And he keeps saying stuff. It keeps happening. He keeps saying remark, and it keeps getting a little more and more and more. I'm scared. It's like, what I mean? I'm thinking like this, like the redneck version of Felice Johnson coming after my butt, and I'm like, nah. And he said what set me off was one day he said, next time you come out of the shower next day or so, I'm going to follow you back in that room. And I said, oh, no. I can't whoop him in a fair fight, but I'll be damned. This ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. No. And he's going to have to really beat me. Now, I didn't want to get locked in a room with him, get knocked out, and then maybe when I'm knocked out, wake up, something happened to me. So I had to make it where it was visible enough for the guards to respond when I did what I was going to do. I knew I couldn't beat him in a fist. I didn't know enough about karate or judo, jiu-jitsu. It kept the one dude and his little buddy from jumping me when I first got in, and we ended up being friends. But it's kind of ironic, that I actually am a judo brown belt, jiu-jitsu blue belt now. But that little lie, it helped. But not this fool. Oh, and I knew I couldn't beat him. I couldn't beat him in a straight up fight. I didn't want to get locked in a cell where something might happen to me. I was going to stand up for myself. I was going to do something about it. But I needed. It was there are two types of fights. Like when I was in prison, actually, once I started lifting and I knew a little bit about fighting, yeah, I wanted to fight in private. I was confident in what I could do and that, but at this time I wasn't. It was a crash dummy mission. I was going to get as many off as I could, and then the guards were going to come get me before anything bad could happen. So it was a crash dummy. I knew I was going to the hole. but I can't beat them with my fist. I don't know a whole lot about that. I just fought kids and other people sneak up on the stuff, and this pretty, working man muscle type dude. He wasn't super fit, but he's a lot bigger than me, and I'm scared to death. I stayed up all night, and the worst person you can have to fight is a scared person. That's something you'll hear over and over in jail and prison, because a scared person will do some crazy stuff. So, what I ultimately did was I was watching him, and I got 3 packs, maybe 4 packs of ramen noodle chili seasoning. Can't find the chili ramen noodles. They're in a green pack, but they sold them in this regional jail. And I got them in my hand, got them in my fist. And I waited till I saw him in his room. He was washing his face off. And I went in there and I grabbed him by his mullet and I slammed this powder into his eyes. And he started screaming. I slammed it right in his eye. Pop! And I was not strong. I was strung out. Had not put muscle on. I was shaking like this. I was so nervous. And I'm flailing at him, punching, kicking. Punches and kicks ain't really doing anything. I'm just flailing at him, getting what I can in. The guards came in. They took an extra few seconds to get to me because they were laughing so hard. Like they were belly laughing at me, and they come in there, they pull me off of him, and I'm just flailing at him, and he's just holding his eyes, and they take us both to the hole. Whenever somebody wins a fight in this regional jail, you spend 2 weeks in the hole. That's what it should be, not a month and send you to higher security. People get in a fight, Anyway, I spend 2 weeks in the hole just thinking, oh my God, I'm going to prison too after this. Oh my God, this is what my life's going to be like from now. Oh my God. And then the winner of the fight, which I didn't really know this at the time, but they put me back in the unit. They sent him to a different unit because technically he lost. When I walked back in the unit, I got a standing ovation, and everybody was laughing like crazy. There was this old black man that never smiled, always looked angry, just looked like the hatefulest dude ever. Every time that I walked by him or made eye contact with him for probably 2 months, he'd laugh so hard he couldn't breathe. And then this one guy comes at me, man, why'd you do that? And I said, man, he told me he was going to follow me in my room talking about, looking at my butt and all that stuff. I said, no, it wasn't going to happen to me. I said, I might be smaller than that, but no, that ain't happening, no. And he goes, man, he was messing with you. Everybody in the pod knew that this David Hasselhoff missing a front tooth was messing with me. But me. It was a joke everybody was in on, but me. I was terrified. I thought this was the redneck Fleece Johnson booty warrior coming and get my butt. And I said, cannot let this happen. No. I stayed up all night thinking, what am I going to do? They didn't have no hot water things in there. Probably good. I probably would have got an outside charge if I'd done that. Wasn't nothing I could have made, poke or anything like that. Putting soap in a sock and swinging it, that just seemed like a bad idea, and I knew I wasn't coordinated enough to do it at that time. I wasn't that coordinated back then. He would just took that and do with me as he would in my head. But, it was all just a big joke. And I've seen people joke with people like that, but that ain't something to joke about. I like having a laugh and stuff, but I got boundaries, and I set boundaries for myself. Even in prison, there's Jamie Jones, one of my good friends there, but Pinto will tell you about him this evening, and his stomach wart. That's a funny story. Oh man, Jamie Jones' stomach wart. But anyway, they play in like putting ice over the shower curtain. Single showers in federal prison. They're in a group showers. The stalls at the low security have locks on them like at a gas station. They messing with people doing stuff, and when they're in the, if I'm in the toilet, I'm if my clothes, if my pants ain't on, I'm not playing with you. There's no warning on that. You come mess with me when I don't have pants. I know y'all do these college pranks, but no. And it's boundaries you set for yourself, and it's not just hadn't just extended to jail and prison and lockup. It's extended to the rest of my life, and where I set boundaries with everybody that is involved in my life. Got certain boundaries with certain things, and I respect their boundaries too. And but learn to speak up in there. But man, that was scary. I mean, seriously, I thought this dude was gonna get me. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, I was terrified. Everything felt like it was going wrong, and I thought that I was gonna be. I didn't know I was going. Um, go to how long I was going to be in and everything else in prison. I figured I saw the charge carried 5 to 40, and I had a couple of them for distribution. I didn't know. I don't know why it says it carries 5 to 40, but then it says my guidelines are like 7 months to 15 months. End up doing 13 months and drug court, which was at the high end of it. But anyway, I saw 5 to 40 on each one, and I thought the best thing that I could have happen for my state charges. I didn't know nothing about the federal charges yet, but I thought the best thing that could have happened was for me to get 5-year minimum sentence. I thought I was likely going to get 15, so I figured I was going to be in there for 15 years straight. I ain't going to start out like that. David Hasselhoff sneaking in a room behind me, nope, wasn't happening. Anyway, if you liked the video, press the like button. If not, it's 16 minutes and 14 seconds of your life in which you will never ever get back, and for that I do apologize. I'm excited to see my friend. I done warned people at the store I'm gonna try to get him video recorded. I'm gonna arm drag, and then I'm gonna hop on his back like a piggyback and get him in a rear naked choke as soon as I see him. I'm gonna try to get it recorded. Me and him, we always fighting when we're in there. I mean, we're friendly. It's not like angry fighting, but I'm gonna try to arm drag him, pull him, jump on, boom, lock one up. It'll be a funny thing if I can't. If not, we're just going to end up, it's going to be funny. I just hope there aren't a whole lot of people in the store at the time. Might make a few people nervous. I told him I don't care if there are people in there. I said I'm going to sneak and I'm going to get him. He used to do that to me all the time. I'd be sitting there reading my book. Oh, you think you're tough, do you? Then we'd be knocking over cubicle walls and everything else. Anyway, if you liked the video, press the like button. Got a few more things to do. I've ran back and forth. I've done an hour and a half of better driving today. Got another hour and a half driving to do. Got a lot of stuff to get done. It's gonna be fun. Y'all gonna like Pinto. I mean, it's a good dude. He's funny as can be too. You'll see.